Do you ever feel like life throws you curveballs just when you think you've got it figured out? Maybe you've faced self-doubt, struggled to overcome challenges, or simply wish you had a little more inner fire. Well, you're not alone. We all grapple with finding our inner strength, that unshakable core that allows us to navigate life's uncertainties with confidence and resilience. But what exactly is inner strength? It's not about becoming a superhero or conquering every fear. It's about cultivating a deep well of self-awareness, resilience, and unwavering belief in yourself. It's about facing challenges head-on, bouncing back from setbacks with determination, and embracing your vulnerabilities with courage. The good news is, inner strength isn't a gift reserved for the chosen few. It's a muscle that can be developed through consistent effort and the right tools. In this video, we'll explore a toolbox of techniques and practices that can help you cultivate your inner strength. From the empowering world of self-defense training to the calming power of breathwork and the restorative benefits of solitude, we'll delve into strategies that can build your confidence, manage stress, and connect with your inner voice. So, buckle up and get ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Remember, the path to inner strength starts right now. Let's begin. 1. Challenge negative self-talk. We all contend with an internal adversary, a relentless voice that injects doubt and criticizes our every action. This negativity, often referred to as negative self-talk, can be a formidable obstacle, hindering us from achieving our goals and embracing a fulfilling life. The good news is, we're not defenseless against this inner foe. By learning to challenge these critical thoughts and cultivate a more empowering internal dialogue, we can silence the critic and unlock our true potential. Let's look at a common scenario. You're meticulously preparing for a vital presentation at work. As the day approaches, anxiety surges, and your inner critic seizes the opportunity. This will be a catastrophe. It sneers. Everyone will expose your lack of preparation. You're a fraud. This negativity can be crippling, warping your focus from the task at hand and projecting a nightmarish vision of failure. But what if, instead of succumbing to this fear, you confronted these thoughts head-on? Instead of spiraling into self-doubt, counter the negativity with concrete evidence of your strengths. Recall the successful presentations you've delivered before. Highlight the countless hours you've invested in preparing for this specific one. Acknowledge your comprehensive grasp of the material. This shift in focus dismantles the negativity. You're no longer dwelling on the hypothetical possibilities of failure. You're grounding yourself in the reality of your past achievements and current preparedness. Challenging negative self-talk is more than simply replacing negativity with positivity. It's about critically analyzing the legitimacy of those critical thoughts in the first place. Are these pronouncements of doom rooted in truth, or are they fueled by anxieties and insecurities? When your inner critic screams, "You'll never be good enough," pause and dissect that statement. Have you truly never accomplished anything worthwhile? Is there truly no space for improvement in anyone's life? By dissecting these thoughts, you expose them for what they often are, unhelpful exaggerations born from anxieties and insecurities. This process of challenging negative self-talk is an ongoing pursuit, not a one-time victory. There will be days when the negativity feels overwhelming, and the voice of your inner critic seems deafening. But with consistent effort, you can weaken its hold. The more you challenge these thoughts, the less control they have over you. Over time, you cultivate a more supportive internal voice, one that acts as your advocate instead of your tormentor. Remember, you are capable and deserving. Don't let your inner critic steal your confidence. You are, after all, your own biggest cheerleader. Embrace the power to challenge your self-doubt and step into the person you were always meant to be. 2. Develop grit. You set out with a fire in your belly, determined to conquer that ambitious goal. You invest hours, days, maybe even weeks into a project, feeling the thrill of progress, but then, wham, you hit a wall. The initial excitement sputters, replaced by self-doubt and the nagging urge to throw in the towel. This feeling of wanting to quit when things get tough is something we all face. But what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who get stuck in this cycle is a powerful quality called grit. Grit isn't some magical ability reserved for superheroes. It's the fuel that propels you forward when the path gets challenging. It's the unwavering passion that keeps you chasing your long-term goals even when faced with setbacks. The good news, grit isn't a fixed trait. It's a muscle you can strengthen, a skill you can develop. So, how do we transform ourselves from easily discouraged dreamers into unstoppable goal-achieving machines? The first step is to shift your focus from achieving perfection to celebrating progress. We often get discouraged by comparing ourselves to unrealistic ideals or dwelling on past stumbles. Instead, cultivate a growth mindset. This means viewing challenges as opportunities to learn and improve, and celebrating even the smallest victories. Did you manage to squeeze in an extra 10 minutes on your meditation session today? Did you finally wrap your head around that confusing concept that had you stuck for days? These milestones, however seemingly insignificant, deserve a mental high five. They're stepping stones on your path, and acknowledging them fuels your motivation to keep climbing. Another key ingredient in the grit recipe is finding ways to enjoy the journey itself. Let's be honest, solely focusing on the distant finish line can make the climb feel like an endless uphill battle. So, the next time you're tackling a daunting task, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Or how can I make this process more engaging? Maybe joining an online forum or local group of people with similar goals can provide encouragement and a sense of community. Perhaps gamifying your tasks with rewards or friendly competition can add a spark of fun. By finding ways to savor the journey, the inevitable roadblocks won't feel quite so daunting. Finally, developing grit involves befriending challenges and viewing setbacks as temporary detours, not road closures. When you hit an obstacle, don't let it derail your entire plan. Take a deep breath, analyze the situation, learn from your mistakes, and adjust your approach. Remember, every success story is littered with setbacks. The difference lies in the ability to bounce back, learn, and keep moving forward. By embracing challenges as opportunities for growth and developing resilience, you'll be well on your way to achieving your goals, no matter how ambitious they may seem. After all, a little grit can go a long way in transforming you from a dreamer into a doer. So, the next time you feel the urge to quit, remember the power of grit. It's the secret ingredient that will help you turn your dreams into reality. 3. Celebrate small wins. Setting ambitious goals is exhilarating. We envision the finished product, the completed project, the moment of victory. But the path to those grand achievements is often a long, winding road paved with smaller triumphs. The challenge lies in overlooking these minor wins, dismissing them as unimportant or inevitable. Here's the secret weapon. Celebrating these small victories is a powerful tool for staying motivated and achieving your goals. Take training for a marathon, for instance. The finish line feels miles away, and the daily grind of training runs can feel monotonous. But what if, instead of solely focusing on the marathon itself, you celebrated each completed run? Conquer a particularly challenging long run. Reward yourself with a relaxing bath. Manage to squeeze in a shorter run, despite a busy schedule. Treat yourself to a new playlist for your next session. These small celebrations acknowledge your effort, reinforce the positive behavior of running, and most importantly, keep you motivated to hit the pavement again tomorrow. Celebrating small wins goes beyond external rewards. It's also about internal validation. Did you finally master that tricky yoga pose that's been vexing you for weeks? Did you manage to squeeze in a healthy lunch break amidst a chaotic workday? Take a moment to acknowledge these accomplishments. Give yourself a mental high five, savor the feeling of success, and remind yourself of your capabilities. This internal validation builds confidence and reinforces the belief that you can achieve your goals, big or small. Let's face it, our days can often feel like a blur of tasks and errands. We race from meeting to meeting, tackle laundry piles, and squeeze in workouts, all while the ever-present to-do list seems to mock us. But amidst this daily whirlwind, there are opportunities for small victories, many moments of triumph that deserve recognition. Take the struggle to eat healthy, for instance. Did you manage to pack a nutritious lunch instead of grabbing fast food on a busy workday? Celebrate that small win. Maybe reward yourself with a delicious homemade smoothie for breakfast the next day. This simple act of acknowledgement reinforces the positive behavior and motivates you to make healthy choices again tomorrow. Another example, the battle against procrastination. We've all been there, staring down a daunting project with a growing sense of overwhelm. But what if, instead of succumbing to the urge to put it off, you tackled a small but important part of it? Finished outlining your presentation, or finally started researching that report? Take a moment to acknowledge this progress. Maybe treat yourself to a short walk outside or enjoy a cup of your favorite tea. Celebrating these small victories chips away at the feeling of overwhelm and keeps you motivated to chip away at the bigger task. Even conquering household chores can be a source of small victories. Did you finally conquer that overflowing laundry basket or manage to squeeze in a quick vacuuming session, despite a hectic schedule? Give yourself a mental high five, maybe light a scented candle and enjoy a few moments of peace in your clean space. Celebrating these small wins makes the daily grind feel a little less daunting and reinforces the satisfaction of a well-maintained home. The key to effectively celebrating small wins lies in personalization. What motivates and inspires you? Maybe you keep a gratitude journal where you jot down your daily triumphs, both significant and seemingly insignificant. Perhaps you share your successes with a supportive friend or family member who celebrates with you. Or maybe you simply take a moment of quiet reflection to acknowledge your progress and appreciate your journey. The important thing is to find a way to acknowledge your efforts and the positive steps you're taking towards your goals. The next time you achieve something, no matter how seemingly inconsequential, take a moment to celebrate. This simple act can be a game changer, boosting your motivation, building confidence, and propelling you forward on your journey to achieving your dreams. Remember, every grand accomplishment is built on a foundation of smaller victories. Celebrate them all and watch your progress soar. 4. Limit negative influences. You're scrolling through social media, feeling good about yourself, When you come across a post that leaves you feeling deflated, maybe it's a carefully curated picture of someone else's seemingly perfect life, or a barrage of negative news stories that leave you feeling anxious. This negativity, whether from external sources or our own inner critic, can be a major roadblock on the path to achieving our goals and living a fulfilling life. The good news is, we have control over the influences we expose ourselves to. By limiting negative influences and surrounding ourselves with supportive and inspiring individuals, we can create a positive environment that fuels our success. Social media, a double-edged sword of connection and comparison, is a prime culprit when it comes to negativity. While it allows us to stay connected with loved ones and discover new ideas, it can also be a breeding ground for envy and self-doubt. Constant exposure to unrealistic portrayals of other people's lives can distort our perception of reality and leave us feeling inadequate. The solution: be mindful of who you follow and what content you consume. Unfollow accounts that leave you feeling drained or inadequate. Instead, curate your feed with people who inspire you, motivate you, and make you feel good. Thankfully, there's a wise proverb that perfectly captures this concept: you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This proverb highlights the profound impact our social circle has on our thoughts, behaviors, and ultimately, our success. Just like a sponge absorbs its surroundings, we are influenced by the people we spend the most time with. If you surround yourself with individuals who are critical, pessimistic, or simply unsupportive, it can rub off on you. Their negativity can chip away at your confidence and make it harder to reach your full potential. On the other hand, surrounding yourself with positive and inspiring individuals has a transformative.
On the other hand, surrounding yourself with positive and inspiring individuals has a transformative effect. Imagine having friends who celebrate your successes, offer encouragement during challenges, and believe in your dreams. This positive energy is contagious, fueling your motivation and propelling you forward.
Think of supportive friends who push you to try new things, offer constructive criticism when needed, and celebrate your victories with genuine enthusiasm. These positive influences uplift you, build your confidence, and create a supportive environment where you can thrive. The proverb doesn't just apply to people, but also to the environments we create for ourselves. Imagine living in a cluttered, disorganized space. The visual chaos can be stressful and draining, impacting your focus and productivity. Conversely, a clean, organized environment creates a sense of calm and promotes positive thinking. By taking control of your environment, both physically and socially, you can cultivate a space that fosters your growth and success. Declutter your living space, curate your social media feeds, and limit interactions with negative people. Negative influences aren't limited to the digital world. Critical people, those who constantly find fault or rain on your parade, can also be a source of negativity. Maybe you have a friend who seems to take pleasure in pointing out your flaws, or a family member who dismisses your dreams as unrealistic. While constructive criticism can be helpful, negativity that chips away at your confidence is not. It's important to set boundaries with these individuals or, if necessary, limit your interactions with them altogether. Surround yourself instead with people who believe in you, celebrate your successes, and offer support during challenges. A network of positive and encouraging individuals can be your biggest cheerleading squad, lifting you up and propelling you forward. Limiting negative influences extends beyond people. Sometimes, situations themselves can be draining and negativity-inducing. Are you stuck in a dead-end job that leaves you feeling unfulfilled? Is your living environment chaotic and stressful? Evaluate the situations in your life and assess their impact on your well-being. If a situation is no longer serving you, take steps to change it. This might involve looking for a new job that aligns with your passions, or decluttering your living space to create a more calming environment. By making these adjustments, you can create a more positive and supportive environment that fosters your growth and success. Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. By consciously limiting negative influences and surrounding yourself with supportive and inspiring individuals, you create a powerful support system that fuels your motivation, boosts your confidence, and paves the way for achieving your dreams. So, take control of your environment, curate your social circle, and watch your life transform into a breeding ground for positivity and success. Let's delve into another narrative featuring a character named Alex. Alex harbors a deep passion for photography and dreams of establishing themselves as a professional photographer. However, they often find themselves surrounded by individuals who cast doubt on their aspirations. Each time Alex shares their photography projects or talks about their ambitions, their acquaintances respond with skepticism and negativity, stating things like, "Photography is a tough field to break into," or "Are you sure you can make a living from that?" Faced with this constant barrage of negativity, Alex's confidence begins to erode, and they start to question their own talents and capabilities. The enthusiasm they once felt for their craft starts to wane, and they contemplate abandoning their dream altogether. Recognizing the detrimental effect these negative influences are having on their psyche, Alex resolves to take action. They start to distance themselves from the pessimistic crowd and actively seek out supportive environments. Alex joins photography clubs, attends workshops, and connects with mentors who offer encouragement and guidance. As Alex surrounds themselves with positivity and support, they experience a profound transformation in their mindset. Freed from the burden of doubt, their inner strength begins to blossom once more. They rediscover their passion for photography and find the motivation to pursue their dreams with renewed determination. By minimizing the negative influences in their life, Alex not only safeguards their inner strength, but also empowers themselves to embrace their passion for photography and strive for success on their own terms. 5. Learn from mistakes. The pit of failure. We've all fallen in at some point. You pour your heart and soul into a project, only to see it crumble. Maybe it's a presentation gone rogue, a workout routine that leaves you flailing, or a culinary disaster for the umpteenth time. Our initial reaction, a gut punch of frustration, or a blame game directed inward. But what if we flipped the script? What if, instead of seeing mistakes as dead ends, we viewed them as golden tickets to growth? For example, you meticulously crafted your presentation, but during the actual delivery, your mind goes blank, leaving you fumbling through slides. The initial sting of embarrassment is natural, but instead of wallowing in negativity, take a step back and analyze the situation. Were your slides overloaded with information, making them hard to follow? Did you rehearse in a chaotic environment that didn't mirror the actual presentation room? By pinpointing the root cause of your misstep, you can learn and adapt. Next time around, you can simplify your slides, find a calmer rehearsal space, or practice relaxation techniques to tame your nerves. This approach to mistakes transcends all aspects of life, stuck trying to master a new yoga pose. Did you skip a crucial preparatory pose that lays the foundation for the more advanced one? Maybe you need to revisit the basics and focus on building your strength and flexibility before attempting the more challenging pose. By analyzing your mistakes, you can identify areas that require more focus in your practice, ensuring steady progress. The journey of learning from mistakes hinges on self-reflection and a willingness to adjust. Don't let the fear of making mistakes paralyze you. Embrace the challenge, analyze your stumbles, and use that knowledge to refine your approach. Remember, the most successful people in any field aren't those who are flawless, but those who learn from their missteps and use them as springboards to propel themselves forward. So, the next time you trip up, don't see it as a setback. See it as a valuable lesson, a stepping stone on your path to achieving your goals. 6. Develop a strong posture. The Roman philosopher Seneca believed our posture reveals our inner state. He wrote, "A man's posture shows where his heart is," centuries ago. Stoic thinkers like Seneca emphasized reason, virtue, and resilience. They saw strong posture as more than physical bearing. It reflected mental fortitude. By consciously developing strong posture, we can significantly impact our mood, energy levels, and even how we're perceived by others. A slumped posture, shoulders hunched and gaze downcast, often reflects sadness, defeat, or low self-esteem. Conversely, someone standing tall with shoulders back and head held high exudes confidence, strength, and purpose. There's a scientific reason for this connection. Our posture can influence our brain chemistry. Studies show good posture increases testosterone, a hormone linked to dominance and assertiveness, while decreasing cortisol, the stress hormone. Simply straightening your spine and lifting your head can trigger a physiological shift towards feeling more confident and in control. The benefits of strong posture go beyond internal feelings. It can also improve your mood and energy levels. When you're slumped over, you restrict your breathing, limiting the amount of oxygen reaching your brain. This can lead to fatigue and sluggishness. Conversely, standing tall allows for deeper breaths, increasing oxygen intake and energizing your body. Good posture also improves blood circulation, further enhancing your energy levels and overall well-being. Developing strong posture doesn't require drastic changes or hours at the gym. It's about small, conscious adjustments throughout your day. When sitting at your desk, be mindful of your back. Keep it straight with your shoulders relaxed and pulled back slightly. Imagine a string gently pulling the crown of your head upwards, lengthening your spine. When standing, distribute your weight evenly on both feet and avoid locking your knees. Take micro movements throughout the day to break up prolonged sitting or standing. A quick stretch or a short walk can do wonders for your posture and energy levels. By incorporating these practices and cultivating a sense of mindful awareness, you can develop strong posture that becomes second nature. Remember, good posture is not just about aesthetics. It's about feeling good and projecting confidence to the world around you. As Seneca suggested, a strong posture can truly be a reflection of a strong heart and mind. 7. Learn a self-defense technique. Worried about navigating a dark street alone? Ever wished you had the skills to handle a tense situation with more composure? The unexpected can happen, and equipping yourself with personal safety skills can be a game changer. Here's why enrolling in a personal safety course might be the answer to feeling more secure and prepared. These courses offer a range of benefits that extend far beyond learning physical techniques to overpower an attacker. One of the biggest advantages is the boost in physical confidence you'll gain. Many styles, like Krav Maga or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, emphasize practical techniques that can be used effectively regardless of your physique. Learning and regularly practicing these techniques instills a sense of physical capability and self-reliance. You'll move through the world with newfound self-assurance, knowing you have the tools to defend yourself if necessary. The benefits go beyond physical prowess. These courses often incorporate elements of situational awareness and risk assessment. You'll develop the ability to identify potentially risky situations, recognize early warning signs of trouble, and develop strategies to de-escalate volatile situations before they turn physical. This heightened awareness empowers you to avoid risky situations altogether, allowing you to make informed choices about your personal safety. Picture this: you're leaving the gym after an evening workout, eager to get home and unwind. The usual well-lit path you take is closed for unexpected roadwork, forcing you onto a deserted side street with flickering lampposts. A knot of anxiety tightens in your stomach. This is exactly the situation where the skills you learned in your personal safety course can come into play. Here's how that training might empower you. You may, thanks to your training, you're conditioned to scan your surroundings. Your eyes dart between the shadows, taking note of potential exits and keeping an eye out for anyone lingering in doorways. Remembering your instructor's advice, you stick to the well-lit side of the street, clutching your keys between your fingers for a sense of security. You avoid taking out your phone so as not to appear distracted and vulnerable. In plus, as you round a corner, you see a figure approaching from the opposite direction. Instinctively, you recall the de-escalation tactics you practiced in class. Maintaining eye contact and projecting confidence, you greet the person with a firm hello. The brief exchange passes without incident, and you breathe a sigh of relief, realizing the situation was likely harmless. Or, while a personal safety course won't turn you into a martial arts expert, it equips you with basic techniques for self-defense if absolutely necessary. Knowing these techniques, even on a basic level, can boost your confidence and make you a less appealing target. You walk taller, your posture reflecting the newfound self-assurance you've gained. The goal, of course, is to avoid a physical confrontation altogether. But the training empowers you to stay calm, assess the situation, and take control of your safety. By the time you reach the familiar, well-lit streets of your neighborhood, that knot of anxiety will have loosened. In its place, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment and self-reliance, a testament to the power of personal safety training. Perhaps the most empowering aspect is the psychological shift it can create. The fear of the unknown can be debilitating. By taking a personal safety course, you're not just learning physical techniques. You're conquering your fears and replacing them with knowledge and confidence. You'll develop a sense of self-assuredness that radiates outwards, potentially deterring would-be attackers who prey on vulnerability. This newfound confidence can spill over into other areas of your life, making you feel more capable and empowered in general. Personal safety training isn't about learning fancy moves. It's a holistic approach that equips you with the physical skills, mental awareness, and emotional fortitude to navigate potentially dangerous situations. It's about taking control of your safety and feeling empowered to handle whatever life throws your way. 8. Practice power poses. Butterflies fluttering in your stomach before a presentation, or a knot of anxiety tightening your chest before a big interview. Often, our body language betrays these internal battles. Slumped shoulders, a hunched back, and a gaze fixed downwards can project a lack of confidence, even if we're feeling anything but. But what if there was a simple, science-backed way to feel more powerful and in control? Enter what some researchers call expansive postures. These expansive postures are open body positions that mimic stances associated with dominance and victory. Think Wonder Woman with her hands on her hips, or a triumphant athlete raising their arms in celebration. Studies suggest that holding these poses for just a few minutes can have a surprising impact on our physiology and mindset. Research shows that expansive postures can lead to an increase in testosterone, a hormone associated with dominance and assertiveness. This hormonal shift can translate into feelings of confidence, self-belief, and a willingness to take risks. Imagine yourself walking into a job interview hunched over and clutching your bag tightly. This closed-off posture might inadvertently signal nervousness to the interviewer. However, by taking a few moments in the restroom to stand tall with your shoulders back and head held high, an expansive posture, you can trigger a physiological shift towards feeling more confident and assertive. This newfound confidence can radiate outwards, making a positive first impression and potentially increasing your chances of success. The benefits of expansive postures extend beyond a hormonal boost. They can also lead to a decrease in cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol is often associated with feelings of anxiety, fear, and uncertainty. By lowering cortisol levels, expansive postures can help us feel calmer, more collected, and better equipped to handle challenging situations. The beauty of expansive postures lies in their simplicity and accessibility. You don't need any special equipment or a dedicated space. A few minutes before a presentation, a big meeting, or even a first date, take a moment to stand tall with your shoulders back and head held high. Imagine yourself exuding confidence and power. You can even close your eyes and visualize yourself achieving your goals. By incorporating these expansive postures into your routine, you can harness the mind-body connection to feel more confident, capable, and ready to take on the world. So ditch the slumped posture and embrace the expansive stance. It might just be the secret weapon you've been missing. 9. Connect with your breath. Ever felt your heart hammering like a drum solo during a heated argument, or your mind go blank when faced with a looming deadline? Stress, a constant companion in our fast-paced world, can quickly hijack our thoughts and emotions. But what if the key to regaining control was a built-in human superpower? Focusing on our breath during stressful moments can trigger a powerful relaxation response within our bodies. It's a physiological shift that promotes calmness and focus, allowing us to think clearly and navigate challenges with composure. Here's how it works. When stress hits, our body goes into fight or flight mode. Heart rate quickens, muscles tense, and our breath becomes shallow. This is a natural response, preparing us to deal with perceived threats. But in everyday situations, it can be counterproductive. By consciously slowing down our breath, we can signal to our body to switch gears. Inhale deeply through your nose, feeling your belly expand as your lungs fill with air. Hold for a few seconds, then slowly exhale through pursed lips. Repeat this cycle several times, focusing solely on the sensation of your breath moving in and out. This simple practice activates the parasympathetic nervous system, often referred to as the body's rest and digest system. It acts as a counterbalance to the fight or flight response, slowing our heart rate, lowering blood pressure, and quieting the chatter in our minds. This physiological shift allows us to approach challenges with a sense of composure, not frantic panic. Incorporating mindful breathing into your daily routine is easy. Start by setting aside a few minutes each day for focused breathing exercises. You can do this during your morning coffee break, before bed, or even while waiting in line. As you become more comfortable with this practice, you can use it in real-time situations. There are 3 things you can do every day to connect with your breath, like mindful minutes. Throughout your day, take a short pause, a minute or 2 will do, and focus solely on your breath. Find a quiet spot, close your eyes if comfortable, and simply observe your breath. Feel your belly rise and fall with each inhale and exhale. If your mind wanders, gently bring your attention back to your breath without judgment. Next, belly breaths. Incorporate a few rounds of belly breathing into your daily routine. Lie down on your back or sit comfortably with good posture. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. Breathe in slowly through your nose, feeling your belly inflate while your chest remains still. Exhale slowly through pursed lips, feeling your belly deflate. Repeat for a few minutes. And breathing breaks during activities. When you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed throughout the day, take a conscious breath break. While waiting in line, doing chores, or even in work meetings, pause for a few moments and take a few deep, mindful breaths. This can help regulate your emotions and bring a sense of calm. 10. Spend time alone. In our hyper-connected world, where information and stimulation are constantly bombarding us, carving out time for solitude can feel like a luxury. Yet, scheduling regular moments of alone time is more than just an indulgence. It's a necessity for our mental and emotional well-being. Solitude provides a vital space for reflection, recharging, and connecting with our inner voice, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and balanced life. Think of your mind like a cluttered desk. Emails pile up, deadlines loom, and unfinished tasks create a sense of overwhelm. Just as a cluttered desk hinders productivity, a mind constantly bombarded with external stimuli can struggle to focus and process information effectively. Solitude acts as a mental decluttering session. By removing yourself from the constant noise and busyness of daily life, you create a space to clear your head, organize your thoughts, and gain fresh perspectives. This quiet space allows you to delve deeper into a problem, brainstorm creative solutions, and make sound decisions without the pressure of external influences. Beyond mental clarity, solitude offers a unique opportunity for emotional rejuvenation. Our daily interactions, both positive and negative, can take an emotional toll. Solitude allows us to step away from the emotional roller coaster of social interactions and reconnect with ourselves. This quiet time provides a space to process emotions, navigate difficult feelings, and simply be without judgment or expectation. During these moments of quiet reflection, you might find yourself surprised by an unexpected wave of gratitude, a newfound sense of forgiveness, or a deeper understanding of your own desires and needs. Perhaps the most profound benefit of solitude lies in the connection it fosters with your inner voice. In the constant buzz of everyday life, the quiet whispers of our intuition can easily be drowned out. By nurturing this connection with your inner voice, you'll be better equipped to make decisions aligned with your authentic self and navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and confidence. So, the next time your schedule feels overwhelming, don't be afraid to block out some time for solitude. It's not a sign of weakness or isolation. It's an investment in your mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Whether it's an hour each morning with a cup of coffee and a notebook, or a weekend getaway to a quiet cabin, prioritize creating space for solitude in your life. You might be surprised by the clarity, peace, and direction you discover within yourself. As we wrap up, remember, inner strength isn't about becoming invincible. It's about cultivating a deep well of resilience, confidence, and self-awareness. It's about learning to navigate challenges with grace, bounce back from setbacks with determination, and face your fears with courage. The good news is, inner strength isn't a fixed trait. It's a muscle that can be developed through consistent effort. The tools and techniques we've explored throughout this video, from self-defense training to brief work to spending time in solitude, are just starting points. The key is to find what resonates with you and create a personalized practice for building your inner strength. Remember, even small steps can make a big difference. Maybe it's starting your day with a positive affirmation, taking a mindful walk in nature, or simply setting boundaries to protect your time and energy. Every action, no matter how seemingly insignificant, contributes to building your inner fortitude. Solitude provides the perfect environment to tune into that inner voice. Whether it's through journaling, meditation, or simply spending time in nature, these moments of quiet introspection allow you to connect with your core values, identify your true passions, and gain a renewed sense of purpose. The journey to inner strength is a lifelong one, filled with triumphs and stumbles. There will be days when doubt creeps in and challenges seem insurmountable. But by embracing these moments as opportunities for growth, you'll emerge stronger and more confident. Remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. So, tap into your inner well of strength, face life's challenges head-on, and live your life to the fullest. And most importantly, don't be afraid to ask for help. Inner strength doesn't mean going it alone. Surround yourself with supportive people who believe in you and inspire you to be your best self. There's power in vulnerability, and sharing your struggles with trusted friends, mentors, or even a therapist can be a source of strength and guidance. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. Together, we can all cultivate inner strength and create a more resilient and empowered world.